Good morning. My name is Jess and I am a thriftaholic. Welcome to Thrifting is My Beach. Today I have a day in the life of a reseller, part-time, juggling mom life. You know how it goes. So I have 4 little kids ages 1 month to 7 years, and I resell on multiple platforms. And right now I'm just trying to establish a new schedule with a new kid. And so I just fed her a breastfeed. So I just fed the baby at like 5:30. I heard her stir. I decided to stay up. I typically go back to bed for like 45 minutes, but I've been getting good rest. So I feel like now's the time for me to really get back to work. And so, like I said, she's 4.5 weeks. And so I stayed up. So I got up at 5:30, fed her, came down about 6 this morning, and started listing. I had drafts, so I had to take some measurements, and I pushed some live on eBay. I need to wake up the baby so I can feed her again because I'm leaving at 8 o'clock to go to a big garage sale that's twice a year at the local rescue mission. I usually get a complete car full, so I'm really prepared this time. And then I need to pump milk for the baby while I'm gone. I am leaving her with my niece, and we'll see how it goes. I normally take the baby with me pretty much everywhere, but this yard sale is crazy and it's going to be pretty crowded, and I don't want her there. So I'm trying to load up on protein. I got my Gatorade, and I got some coffee for my caffeine since I woke up early. I definitely needed that. So that's the plan for this morning. I have a nail appointment at 11:30, and then I need to come home. And my babysitter is also my photographer. She recently got a new full-time job. She'll be starting soon, so maybe considering a replacement, unfortunately, because she's the best. She's also my niece. So anyways, and then at 4:45, so I need to prep things for her to photograph when I get home. And then at 4:45, we're leaving to go to my husband's boss's 90th birthday party. And he said there's going to be like 300 people there. I'm a little nervous just because ever since COVID, I haven't been around people except when I'm thrifting. And so, I'm vaccinated, and it is what it is. We're going back to normal. I totally get it. I love that we're going back to normal. It's just, I worry. So anyways, I need to stop chit-chatting. I can hear my daughter stirring, so I'm going to go feed her. I need to pump. I need to get dressed, all in 28 minutes. So all right, and then you're going to come see a little bit of the craziness at this garage sale. Oh, and I have to always just go with my gut because in this garage sale, it's in like this metal shed building. There's absolutely no reception at all. So, and they don't have carts. Before I'd carry around boxes. This time I'm going to bring my IKEA bag, and I have like a big bag on wheels. So I'm going to come more prepared this time, and I got my fanny pack out. I'm ready to go. Except I need to get out of my robe, which is also Barefoot Dreams. Secondhand, of course. I got it on Mercari for super cheap because there's like a small flaw on it, which I don't really care about. I forgot to mention, I got my 2 oldest on the bus. They get on the bus about like 7:10ish. And my 2-year-old woke up at like 7. So I've already got her breakfast. I need to get her dressed, but she doesn't really keep clothes on. And get myself dressed. So there we go. All right, so the sale started at 7:30. It's almost 8:30. My sitter came at 8, but of course, by the time I tell her all the things about the kids and get out the door, it's always like 15 minutes. So it was so funny. My mother-in-law is a thrifter as well, and she has picked up on like what I'm selling because she watches my videos. And she called. She was already at the sale, and she's like, yeah, there's this dog with a Yorkie, or not a dog. There's a blanket with a Yorkie on it, and it's made in USA. It's $3. Did you want it? And I was like, yes. So it's awesome that my mother and my mother-in-law look out for things because they thrift and garage sales. So that's exciting. I'll see if I can get some snippets inside the building so you can see. It's like garage sale on steroids. It's crazy. Sorry for the odd camera angle. I was just trying to get in the door and get away from a large group of people. It actually wasn't as crowded because it came an hour after they had opened. but I made a point to look first at the purses. So here I'm trying to check them out. That floral one was just a relic, but due to the size and pattern, I can sell that myself for probably $25, and it was only a couple dollars. So they had the purses on the ends of rows. I think here they had a bunch of candles, which none of them were discontinued or desirable. These were more travel bags. I was just checking the brands. I always touch them. I think that was a baby carrier. I like to touch. That's how I feel for quality. That was a nice leather bag, and it took me a minute to find the brand. Plus it's black and dark in there, and it totally got me. I don't know if you can see, but that was just St. John's Bay. So of course I had to leave that behind. It was probably vintage, so it could have been like 25 years old. That was a neat pattern, but it was personalized. Vera Bradley I pass on unless it's unique. This was neat. It was a tapestry bag. I love selling tapestry, blazers, jackets, and purses. They tend to do well and were pretty popular in the 90s. So luckily it wasn't crowded near the purse section. I'm guessing they do have a section by the jewelry area where they keep designer bags, but they don't really know brands. This is, again, the rescue mission and the people pricing. They know like Coach, like all the main ones, but they had a Fossil bag up front, but they missed. Like their pricing is all over the place. Very, very fair pricing, as you will see. I'm going to post my haul in a couple of days. This is from Friday. So, again, the purses were decent. I mean, they always put out clean bags, but I really like the style of this green one, the color and the round handles, but it was not genuine leather. Y2K Bongo. Y2K is so big right now. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talking about it. This is a nice nylon bag. The red bottom was vegan leather with the accents, but because of the color blocking, the colors, and the canvas straps, I decided to go ahead and take that. I figured Bongo. And, you know, I'll use Y2K in the title. I did like this fake reptile print bag. However, it was just a lower end brand, so I did pass. You can see the massive amount of purses. There's also a row behind me that I didn't film of more bags, so I totally loaded up. This says JFK, I believe, and I like the color tones, the hardware. Again, there was no reception, so this is amazing. This was at the last garage sale, and I will touch on it in a minute, but this is a vintage Coach station bag in brown. As you can see from the back, I am showing damage. I don't know what had repeatedly scratched it, but this is a made in USA Coach bag. I'll discuss it later in my haul. So here I'm in the blanket section, which was the second section I went to, and had an amazing find. This is a very rare blanket that I should get about $150 to $200 on. Their blanket section was very nice and organized, even after an hour of them being open. You can see there's a plaid blanket, and I'm just making sure that it is for sale because there's a person with a pile right next to it. And then, of course, screaming kids. Sorry for the background noise. Here's round one with lots of purses and vintage blankets. Alright, so my arms are too full. I couldn't carry any more between my bags and stuff, so I had to unload my car. But my first total was $60.50. The Strawberry Shortcut blanket, cake blanket, didn't have any tags on it, so I was probably gonna pay like up to $10 for it, and she only charged me $2. There's another nice wool plaid blanket. I couldn't pay tags on it. $1. So whoever checked me out gave me great prices, and I'm going back in for round two. I've been there for like an hour and 15 minutes so far, so I still have an hour to kill before my appointment. And before, I just went to the purses, the blankets, and like this one side room where they used to have clothes. I got a few things. I got a lot of purses for Thread Up, which is amazing. And then you saw my footage before of that purse. I actually found it the last garage sale they have. They have it 4 times a year. I thought they had it twice. They have it 4 times a year. I bought the black version of that vintage Coach bag and sold it within like 12 hours for $120, I think, on Poshmark. That brown one has damage on the back, and so I didn't get it, but it's only $5. So I saw it today. Nobody picked it up at the last garage sale, and so they just put it back out, meant to be. Obviously that one's probably going to sell for like $50, but $5.50 is still great. So anyways, we're going back in for round 2, and this time I'll be going through like hard goods and stuff and taking more of my time, and then I'm hoping to have time to grab a bite to eat before I get my nails done, because I'm starting to get a little hungry. They have a large toy section, and everything is very well organized. You probably think it looks like a Goodwill due to their shelving, but no, this is not a store. It's just the rescue mission for the garage sale. So I slowly go through the toys. Here's some virtual reality. I am not knowledgeable on that, and like I said, there was absolutely no cell phone reception. So I just looked, and they didn't feel like high quality, and there were a few more by the same brand. You'll see later that I did pass on as well. I do look closely at toys for my kids because, you know, I'm always looking for treasures for them, and also looking for things to flip. Even small items. I'm really hoping to find like a vintage Tamagotchi. Down at the Jacksonville bins a couple years ago, I was going through just random totes of loose small toys, and I found a vintage 90s Tamagotchi. It was still functioning. I put on auction. It sold for over $200. So that was fun. But of course, I've only found that once. So I just take my time. I go through the bins. I look for quality. I don't like the military toys I picked up a second ago. They were very lightweight. My son is very much into military, but I look for the old, thicker, more quality plastic, which is harder and harder to come by now. My kids are very rough on toys, so I look for the quality pieces that will stand up to them. Those little frogs are so cute. I used to collect frogs when I was younger. Bath toys are a must, you know. It's a great lot off for kids. I was just looking at that. I think that was a Bluetooth speaker, but it was not valuable in my opinion. Not great toys. I'm guessing, again, the sale had been open by this time 2 hours, and the great toys have probably been taken. I'm guessing my mother-in-law found some awesome stuff because she was there a little bit after opening. I was surprised I didn't find any Barbie stuff. My daughter is into Barbies quite a bit right now. It's fine, we have enough Barbies. We don't really need any more toys, but Easter is around the corner. This pin is awesome. My son, who is 7, is very much into drawing art, and he's a decent writer. And again, cheap military toys. I did think about those for a second.
Oh no, you're fine.
The shopper next to me had dropped something.
You're fine.
And it startled her, but I saw it that it was falling. So I was expecting a noise. She just wanted to make sure. There's a vintage baby or vintage little doll, but I've seen those before and they don't have any resale value. There's a bunch of Play-Doh accessories, which I always pass on. We have tons of Play-Doh stuff at home. I do keep an eye open for vintage play food. If it's either from McDonald's or Dairy Queen, certain pretend play food does have value. And so I always just keep my eyes open for that. I always look for mainly vintage toys, like Little Pet Shop, Polly Pocket. I was born in the late 80s, so I'm a 90s kid, so anything from my era. Here I look for, again, things for my kids. I could have gotten that Star Wars Darth Vader bag, but we already have a few. I look for Pottery Barn, again, more sought after brands with that. At the checkout, they had 4 large totes of free plush. So, of course, I had to load up on some items to resell and some items for my kids. All right, so it is about 12:10 in the afternoon. I just went and got my nails done. They're like a nice little peachy pink. I scarfed down some Dairy Queen on my way to the nail salon because I was very hungry. And I am going to go home, feed my baby because she's probably about hungry, and put the kids down for a nap and get some work done. I have stuff that I need to list and cross list, and then I need to prep things for my photographer. So I'm gonna head home. All right, it is 1:20 and I just put my 2-year-old down for a nap. This is usually either my relaxation time or my work time, depending on how the day's gone with the kids. Here is my 1-month-old. I guess I'll flip the key for you. There is Miss Emmy. She's sleeping, although she sleeps with her eyes open some of the time, which is really creepy, but you know, whatever. She's dreaming right now. I also got this swing. Don't mind the dino stickers on it. At a thrift store for like $5. It's amazing. So, my photographer actually had stuff to do today, and I have drafts already done, so I don't really need pictures done today. They can be some other day, but I'm going to go list, cross list, and I'll show you my little workstation in the kitchen because that's my office. Here's one of the 2 cats. This is Lucy. She's a year old. She is, I guess you'd call her the teenager. She's always in trouble, aren't ya? Here's my workstation, just my laptop, and I got like a bar stool, office chair, my generic label printer, and my eBay account info because I need to do taxes, which are due in 2 weeks, and I'm not done yet. The other day I recently got Flipe, which I've only known them to be like a consignment business kind of, but this is actually a Google Chrome extension for cross-listing and sharing. And so right now I have it open for my Poshmark closet because before I was paying. I'm still paying because I'm trying this out before I cancel my subscriptions. But this is completely free for the moment. It's April 1st, 2022. They may be like a beta phase, so at some point you may have to pay. But so there is the share, which is just like my Posher VA. And it's free. And then here is my cross lister. And what I like about this is that it shows you the platforms it's on. And then there's a sold mark, and it apparently delists your item across all the platforms. So like this one sold last night on Facebook Marketplace, but it has this is beta, so there was a glitch and I couldn't cross list any of my stuff to Facebook, so I had to use my old service, which I use list perfectly. So mark as sold because it did sell. So right here, this is actually my first time marking an item, so I'm going to say Facebook. I think I only listed for $20 on there. It actually had a few little holes. I paid $3 for it. What's 5% of 20? $1. And shipping costs, they pay for the shipping, so it's not a big deal. Mark, actually, I think this sold yesterday. Okay, mark as sold. So this should be a lot easier to go back in when I do my spreadsheet for my sales each month. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to turn back on my share though, because for some reason, it wasn't sharing. Oh wait, it says there's an error delisting your item. Maybe because it wasn't originally listed to Facebook. I don't know. There's still a bunch of quirks I need to figure out with this program. But it's showing you. Also, I used my old phone. That's my kids from a couple years ago. I use my old phone to, I keep, whenever my photographer comes over to take pictures, she takes them on here. That way, because she has an iPhone and I have an Android, and that way we don't have to worry. me getting the pictures. Also, iPhone does not picture in square mode, and so you have to like purposely put it in square mode or crop the pictures, and it's just a hassle. So just me having the pictures on my phone and it doesn't kill her battery is always a win. So now let's see how many drafts I have. I listed about 5 items this morning. I've had some sales today. Like I said, I've been working consistently for about a week and a half, and so my sales are finally picking up. I'm also lowering my prices. My cost of goods is so low that I need to be more competitive with my pricing. Before, I used to kind of price higher, and I just need to have more realistic expectations. It's like I've been doing this for so many years, but I guess a lot of it is I'm listing and selling a lot of like more modern pieces, and before I would be waiting for the higher dollar for those one-of-a-kind vintage pieces, which would happen. But like I said, I'm not finding much vintage anymore around here. So let's see how many drafts I have. I don't have that many, but I listed 5 this morning, and for some reason I like to go in batches of 5. I at least want to get 5 listed a day. Remember, I do this part-time, and I have drafts. I listed some of these this morning. I only have 1 draft left to push live, so I'm going to finish that draft, and then I'm going to cross-post, probably eat a snack while my kids are napping, and then my older 2 kids that are 4 and 7, they get off the bus at 3:40, and then that gives me like an hour to get ready for this birthday party tonight. I just, I constantly eat, especially because I'm breastfeeding. I eat all day long. I just had some cashews. I had Dairy Queen's shrimp basket, and it's so good, but I feel like they hardly give you any shrimp, so it wasn't very filling. Plus, that was a couple hours ago. I probably eat every 2 hours during the day. So far today, it's 140. I'm at sales are like 179 across the platforms, and that's good. I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to cross post and hopefully make more sales. I listed and cross listed 5 items, and it is 4:20. I'm nursing the baby, and then I got a pump. I got to put some makeup on. Took me a while to find some clothes because I haven't gotten out my regular wardrobe yet. I just put my maternity clothes. Well, I'm selling my maternity clothes. Don't mind my kids' toys. Anyways, I'll come back on with a full face of makeup. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, we are running like 20 minutes late. I couldn't find anything to wear. And then I had to pump. And then I had to stop and get gas and, of course, get snacks. And the place we're going to a party, and apparently like 300 people were invited. So hopefully there aren't 300 people, because I don't like people generally. So yeah, and I'm purposely not showing my husband because he does not want to be in my videos, which is fine. But he's driving, and hopefully my babysitter's okay with 4 kids. So yeah. I forgot to get on and say goodnight. It's like probably almost 10 o'clock. I had a good time out with my husband. We got to talk with some people that we hadn't seen in years. My boy is passed out in our bed. It's movie night. And there's Timmy. Say hello, Timmy. And then I had the baby waking up, so I'll have to feed her before I go to bed. But I took my makeup off, put my moisturizer on, so I'm all like dewy. And I'm gonna go to bed. I am so tired. There's a day in the life, and my life is typically not this crazy busy. I've hardly been home today. So today was not a typical day, but I decided I would just take you along and see. Alright, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Good night.